spend a year of that 3-year sentence locked up. Taxpayers in New Jersey are paying dozens of school superintendents twice a paycheck and a pension.
It's called double dipping, and in New Jersey it's allowed as long as you call yourself an interim superintendent. Tonight, the I-Team's Chris Glorioso reveals it's costing taxpayers millions.
Is it fair to the taxpayer that you collect both a pension and a salary at the same time?
Excuse me. I'm not doing any interviews.
This is Mendham Borough's interim school superintendent, Dr. Thomas Butler.
Oh, wait a minute. No. Turn that off.
Butler technically retired 19 years ago as head of Chester Township Schools. But since then, he's worked as an interim superintendent in 23 separate districts across the New Jersey map. On top of those paychecks, Butler has collected more than $1 million in retirement checks.
This goes on across the state.
Mark Lagerquist runs the investigative website New Jersey Watchdog. He partnered with the I-Team to examine double-dipping superintendents. In all, he found 45 interim superintendents collecting more than $4 million a year.
We see superintendents bounce around from district to district to district. They make a great second career while they're collecting a pension.
Are there any committee reports?
As an interim superintendent for the Mahwah School District, Dr. Karen Lake is also a pension double dipper. Is it proper to be collecting a pension and a salary at the same time in this capacity?
I think it is. I'm working.
Her $167,000 contract is on top of her $131,000 annual pension. That's almost $300,000 a year for someone who is technically retired.
I think it's the way the system is set up.
Is it fair?
There are greater people than me that made that decision. I took advantage of it.
What school boards are finding is it's not as easy as they think it will be to find superintendents to come in and take their particular position.
Dr. Richard Baza leads a group that represents about 1,000 New Jersey school administrators. He says interim superintendents are sometimes needed to fill gaps in leadership, but currently they can serve for 2 years at a time. Baza wants to cut that down to 1 year.
I'm of the belief that it's a valuable service, but it should be for a very specified period of time, and boards of education have to do their job.
As for Dr. Thomas Butler, he wouldn't say whether he plans to take a 24th interim superintendent job after Mendham. On the phone, he argued because school districts don't have to pay health benefits for interims, it's a financial benefit to the school board. By bringing an interim in, the board is actually saving money. It is true employing an interim superintendent could save local taxpayers money, but in the long run, statewide taxpayers are on the hook. That's because they're paying retirement benefits for someone who hasn't stopped working. So why are there so many interims? Some blame a salary cap instituted by Governor Christie in 2010. Since then, one of the only ways for superintendents to bump their pay is to retire, start collecting that pension, and then go back to work. Reporting from the newsroom, Chris Glorioso, News 4 New York.
If you have something you think the News 4 I-Team should take a look at, call us at 1-866-NEWS-244.
All right, we all know that